Hello everyone, today the goal of our experiment is to determine the solubility levels of different solutes in a water solvent. And so to start, we have 3 cups filled with 500 milliliters of room temperature water, and the cups were labeled with a different solute, which were sugar, pepper, and salt. And half a tablespoon of each solute was placed in their respective cups and timed for 1 minute with stirring to determine which solute dissolved the most in that time. And I hypothesized that sugar will dissolve the most in 1 minute. And so as the experiment moves on, I noticed that the salt has dissolved in the water. And of course the salt is still there, but you just can't see it anymore because it is broken down into tiny pieces which we cannot see. And so the pepper did not dissolve in the water, but it did float at the top because it is lighter than the salt. And so as we move further along in the experiment, I noticed that the sugar dissolves the most, and then the salt, and lastly the pepper dissolves the least. And that is because sugar is more soluble than the salt, and the pepper is insoluble. And to kind of explain the chemistry, essentially salt is an ionic compound made of sodium and chlorides that are charged particles, Na plus and Cl negative. And so these bonds that join in these ions in the crystal are very strong, and that's why it's very hard to melt salt. However, sugar melts very easily because the bonds that hold these molecules together in the solid crystalline state are much weaker. And to explain why pepper is very insoluble and did not dissolve at all, pepper is hydrophobic, which means water is not attracted to it. And so therefore, unlike sugar or pepper, which dissolve in water, the pepper is able to float on the surface because the water molecules like to cling to one another and they don't dissolve. And so I just want to thank you all for watching and have a great day.